Hi, I'm Alli, and welcome to my channel. I have lived in an apartment for 5 years now, and through that time, I have picked up on a lot of tips, tricks, and hacks. So today, I am going to share with you my 10 ultimate renter-friendly hacks that have absolutely changed my life. So let's get into tip number 1. Hands down, what has absolutely changed my experience of living in a rental are removable products. I cannot begin to describe how incredible removable products are. The market for them has dramatically increased and changed, and there are so many options out there that weren't even there when I first started renting. So that includes removable wallpaper, like I have up in my kitchen, removable contact paper. I put this down in my kitchen cabinets and drawers to cover up the gross and grimy surfaces that were there when I moved in and make them a little bit nicer. I used removable contact paper for my board and batten project as well. And then there's also options like removable tile, where it's little sheets of tile that you stick on the wall. I haven't tried those yet. And also removable flooring, another project I haven't tried, but I've seen lots of other DIY renter-friendly YouTubers try, and something that I would love to do in a different space once I move out of this apartment. I would love to see how the peel and stick floor tiles work. The next thing that has been a total game changer are renter-friendly outlet covers. Now, changing out the outlet covers, totally not essential, but if you live in a rental or you even live in a home and you don't want to have to go in and rewire and change out from those ugly beige looking sockets and light switches, they make a product that is just a single plate that covers the entire thing. And I cannot begin to stress how great this product is. I learned about it through a Instagrammer, and she's here on YouTube, Erica Peony and Honey, and I am going to be changing out outlets like this forever. I will be sure to link these below. You can get them off Amazon. You can also find them sometimes at Lowe's or the hardware store. I think if you have a rental with those ugly, beige, outdated looking wall sockets, you should definitely switch out the plates. One thing I have definitely learned over the course of renting is the importance of increasing your storage. Some people are very lucky, have rentals that give you lots of closets and cabinet spaces. However, if you have roommates or you live alone in a small single or studio apartment, finding ways to add additional storage within storage is key. So underneath my bathroom sink, I added this tier of drawers. This allows me to put all of my products and things that I need in the bathroom that otherwise had nowhere else to go. I also added a shelf in my utility closet and a shelf that goes up above my washer that was not there when I originally moved in. And this just absolutely doubled my space for all of my DIY supplies, which is very essential because I have a lot of DIY supplies. It's a bit of a problem, probably more than a common renter should have. I've also added some additional storage solutions within my kitchen. I made a whole video about that as well, like a rack underneath the sink and a spice organizer and things like that. But adding storage solutions within your provided storage areas really does help keep your space clutter-free. Now, along these same lines, utilize your vertical storage. I've done this in a couple of ways around this apartment. Not only is that by adding shelving throughout your apartment for decor, so it gives you more areas to decorate and add personal touches, you can use it for storing things too. So I have added a hanging shoe organizer that I have transformed for all of my different DIY tools, but you could use this for an additional pantry space, or you could use it for shoes. That's what it's meant for, but a shoe organizer is super versatile for storage and organization, and it gets things out of the way. I also did this in my bedroom closet, which will be an upcoming video with closet organization, so here's a sneak peek, but I hung my purses up on a vertical organizer as well. And also another just very easy way is for the bathroom to add some vertical storage are some over-the-door hooks. I also utilized over-the-door hooks to make a hanging herb garden on my patio. So there's just so many ways to use your wall space or door space to add additional storage or decor in your apartment. I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and if you are, it would so help me out to give this video a like. I would love to create a renter series like this on my channel here, and giving it a like lets me know that you want me to keep creating videos like these. And also it helps because it helps grow the I'm Alli DIY community that we have going right here. Another one is finding ways to hide those eyesores that pretty much every apartment comes with. The first one obviously was the outlet covers that I mentioned. My apartment also had a phone jack on the wall for a landline, which is incredibly outdated. So initially I covered up by hanging a canvas over it, but then I've changed that up and I've added shelving and I just use the decor on the shelf to hide it. I've also covered up the return vent for my air conditioner. Well, I haven't covered it because you're not supposed to block that, but I put a bench that kind of sits perfectly above it to minimize the look of that vent and that grate. And it also on the other side hides the access panel for my Wi-Fi unit that was already built into my apartment. So just finding unique ways to cover up things that you don't want to look at is pretty simple, and there's lots of advice as well on blogs, on Pinterest, and things like that. Now let's talk about furniture. Furniture is very important, of course, in any apartment or home. But when I am looking for furniture specifically for a smaller apartment, I want it to be functional as well, or at least have a double function from what it just already is. For example, if I'm buying an end table or a coffee table, I want it to be tiered or have a drawer for some additional storage. This is just a great option to tuck away any sort of remotes or things like that. Keeps you from putting clutter in places where it shouldn't be. You know, my media console, it has cabinet doors, it has shelves, that helps out. That bench that I previously mentioned, not only does it look cute, it's a great place for putting on shoes and additional seating if I have any guests over in my apartment. It seriously helps just so much to have furniture that has a dual purpose from just the thing that it initially is if you live in a smaller space. Now this is gonna sound like a no-brainer, but a must-have as a renter is Spackle. You have to have some of this on hand. Not only are you going to need it if you move out and hang things up on the wall, you are going to need it just throughout the apartment as you change out your decor if you're like me, and I'm assuming you probably are if you are here watching this video right now. And it's just gonna be on hand if you maybe put a nail hole you don't like where it is, or maybe you find nail holes that were left over from the previous tenant that they didn't fill in like I did when I moved in here. It's just such a great thing to have on hand for some quick and easy patches of the wall, and you're gonna need it anyhow, so you might as well just keep some on hand. Another fantastic product that I definitely recommend for rental are command strips. I love these things, particularly the picture hanging ones or the ones that have the Velcro, because you can use them to hang stuff up on the wall, reposition it, get it all nice and level. It's perfect for hanging artwork and things like that. They remove so easily. The hooks are also great. I don't utilize them very much in my space just because I don't have a purpose for them, but they're great for organization within a closet or in a bedroom or anything like that. And they also can help if you want to do any sort of crazy DIY accent wall, which is what I have done in my apartment with my DIY board and batten wall. I shared the full tutorial on my channel here and a 1-year review of how this is holding up. I'll be sure to link that in the description box. It's definitely a great way to add some customization, and command strips are the key, the secret ingredient for making it possible. Another major game changer if you are a renter, even if your space is carpeted. I'll say that again. Even if your space is carpeted, you need to add rugs. Rugs make your space your own unique space. They help you to divide out rooms, designate areas with your furniture. They overall just make your room look better, a little bit warmer, more comforting, and they have the added bonus of protecting the flooring in your rental from spills, pets, kids, anything like that, because all you have to do is roll them up and move out, and the flooring underneath has been nice and protected. Rugs are so important in a rental. And my number 10 genius rental friendly hack is probably something you may not have thought of as being my most important recommendation, but that is having a toolkit. If you live in a rental right now or thinking about moving into one in the future, I cannot underestimate how important it is to make sure you have a tool set. You're going to need that hammer for hanging art on the wall. You're going to need a screwdriver for assembling your IKEA furniture or whatever that may be, or just to make small repairs that pop up throughout your apartment that don't require a call to maintenance or your landlord to fix. You're definitely gonna run into some scenarios where it'd be just quicker to tighten that screw on your own instead of putting out that phone call and waiting for someone to show up. And it also allows you to do some small DIY projects if that's something you're into. So I think every renter should have a hammer, a screwdriver, some pliers, along with some wire cutters if you're into the DIYing kind of thing. And also, I would say you should have a drill. It's a very useful tool to have. Of course, it's at a little bit more of a price point, but I recommend that everybody at least has a drill if that is your only power tool that you have. And I'll make sure that I link some of my recommendations in the description box. If you want to see even more renter-friendly content like this, I have a full playlist right here of renter-friendly ideas and room makeovers. Or if you want to check out how I put up that board and batten wall that I mentioned a couple times, that is linked right here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Stay crafty, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!